In a time not so different from our own, there existed a quiet village nestled between towering mountains and thick forests. The villagers were known for their kindness, but they harbored a secret. Each person had a shadow self, a part of them that they kept hidden from the world. This shadow was said to hold all their fears, anger, and unspoken desires, and it terrified them. One day, a traveler arrived in the village. He was unlike anyone the villagers had ever seen. He wore a cloak of deep midnight blue, and his eyes shimmered with the wisdom of ages. The villagers whispered among themselves, curious yet wary. They could feel something different about him, something that resonated with their own hidden shadows. The traveler gathered the villagers in the town square and spoke with a voice that echoed through their hearts. "I know you fear the darkness within you," he began. "But what if I told you that this darkness is not your enemy? What if I told you that it is a part of you that you must understand and embrace?" The villagers murmured, unsure of what to make of his words. The traveler continued, "You see, your shadow self holds power that, if ignored, can control you. But if you face it, if you accept it, you can transform that power into something extraordinary." A brave villager stepped forward, his voice trembling. "But how can we face something so frightening? How can we accept the parts of ourselves that we wish didn't exist?" The traveler smiled gently. "The dark side is like the night sky. At first it seems empty and overwhelming, but look closer, and you will see the stars. Your shadow self is full of potential, and by embracing it, you can learn to understand your deepest fears and desires. You can find strength in your vulnerability, and courage in your fear." The villagers listened intently, a flicker of hope igniting within them. The traveler raised his hand, and in it appeared a small, glowing orb of light. "This," he said, "is a symbol of your true self, light and dark, intertwined. Only by accepting both can you shine brightly in this world." One by one, the villagers stepped forward, each touching the orb and feeling a warmth spread through them. They felt their shadows stir, not with fear, but with recognition. It was as if a veil had been lifted, and they could finally see themselves fully, not just as beings of light, but as whole, complete individuals. As the days passed, the village began to change. The people no longer hid from their shadows, but instead embraced them. They found that by acknowledging their dark side, they could live more authentically, more fully. Their relationships deepened, their creativity flourished, and their fears no longer held them captive. The traveler, seeing the transformation, knew his work was done. As he prepared to leave, the villagers gathered to thank him. "Remember," he said before departing, "the dark side is not something to be feared, but something to be understood. Embrace it, and you will find a strength you never knew you had." And with that, the traveler disappeared into the night, leaving the village forever changed. The villagers now knew the secret to true wisdom and strength, to embrace not only the light but also the darkness within them. For it is in the balance of both that true harmony is found.